The entire structure is based on two 12 by 12 by 12 die. Perfect cubes actually worked out really well when it came to designing the floor plan inside.
You've probably never seen a tiny home that's 26 feet tall. For a tiny house, it's pretty spacious, I would say.
This spiral staircase was inspired by Jenga blocks, and this will take you to the most playful space of the entire tiny house.
Neither of us have a design or architectural background, but we're both, pretty resourceful and creative people. It looks exactly, basically, like the SketchUp model that we had initially built.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Vivian.
And this is the Tiny Dice House.
It's a tiny house that's shaped like giant stacked dice. So when you first drive up to the house and you look at it, you're like, wow, it's super tall. It must be a gigantic house. But the entire structure is based on two 12 by 12 by 12 die. So it has a total footprint of less than 400 square feet, even though it's 26 feet tall. And then on the outside exterior, you can see the dice pips, the round dots that you would see on dice, and we turn them into windows. So each of the face of the dice add up to 7 windows. So on this side, you'll have 6 windows. That means the front door has 1 window. And then on this top face, you have 2 windows or 2 pips. On its opposite side, there's 5 windows and 5 pips. We wanted to keep the design of the house pretty modern and pretty minimalist, which is why we initially went with the dice concept and the dice look, because dice are normally white and black, so we really like that aesthetic. And it allowed us to incorporate more colorful, fun, playful elements into different parts of the property, like the games, like the colorful boardwalk, the concrete. So that gave us more of like the fun vibe, but the house itself we wanted to keep pretty modern. Working with dice was actually the perfect structure, perfect game piece to build because of its cube shape. So cubes are pretty efficient when you're thinking about floor plans. We did think about, oh, maybe we should build it like a chess piece, but that would be much harder to build just given the shape. So these perfect cubes actually worked out really well when it came to designing the floor plan inside.
Why the Dice House? We knew we wanted to do an Airbnb, and I wanted to do something that represented us, and we're both huge board game fans, so I wanted to be board game related. I realized that dice are pretty, first of all, universally recognizable and present in so many different types of games. And if you even look at a dice, it kind of already looks like a house. There's 4 walls, and if you just imagine that the pips or the dots on dice are the windows, it looks like a livable structure already.
We kind of like the oxymoron of it being a tiny house, but a giant stacked dice. So something that reminds you of your childhood, something that's creative and fun. It feels and looks like bigger than a tiny home just because it's so tall. You've probably never seen a tiny home that's 26 feet tall. And the ceilings really make it feel less tight inside. You feel like you have a lot of breathing room, a lot of space. So for a tiny house, it's pretty spacious, I would say.
Hi, welcome to the Tiny Dice House. Each dice is a 12 by 12 by 12 footprint, but it has everything you need for everyday living. So when you first walk into the house, we have a kitchenette. It has basically almost everything you would see in a kitchen. So we have your sink, dishwasher even, your stove for cooking, a mini fridge, a microwave. One of the cute little design features we incorporate in this kitchen is also the circular handles for each cabinet to kind of match the circular windows of the house. And it's a very sleek kitchen. And this is the living dining space. So this little dining nook here serves as both an area where you can eat, play board games, hang out. We have little storage inside of the benches, which is pretty cool because in a tiny house, you need really creative ways to store everything. It has a lot of daylight coming in because of the circular windows. But what's also cool about the windows is that you can have a beautiful view of the trees and the woods in the back of the house. So every window gives you a unique view of the entire property. And then if you move along past the living room and the dining area, tucked into this corner is a full bathroom where we have another game-themed element. So we have a Tetris-inspired shower. So the tiles of the shower are all Tetris themed, as you can see. This bathroom has everything: shower, toilet, sink. Every corner of this house was thoughtfully designed. So even the decor and elements, like here for tissue boxes, we found a tissue box shaped like dice. So every nook and cranny here reminds you of something playful, something nostalgic that brings out your inner child.
Olivia was the one who created the whole design to begin with. So she learned SketchUp by herself, created the basic 3D renders. Neither of us have a design or architectural background, but we're both, pretty resourceful and creative people. So we basically did everything except building the actual structure, but all the interior design, like the initial concept. Only then we worked with like a builder and an architect to refine the plans, but it stayed pretty true. It looks exactly basically like the SketchUp model that we had initially built. We actually built something that brings us a lot of joy, and it really has our personality in this whole space.
This spiral staircase was inspired by Jenga blocks, so they kind of remind you of floating Jenga block staircase. One of the things we had to be creative with when building a tiny house, because we were very tight on space with the 12 by 12 by 12 footprint, where we only had 144 square foot of space for each floor. Because of that, we were creative and tucked in a bedroom loft right here. So this is the first area where you would sleep. It has its own window, it's super cozy and comfy. And then one of the cool game-themed elements we incorporated into this sleeping loft is actually this go to bed Monopoly sign. And so because we had incorporated these vertical railings for the staircase, we thought it'd be a fun nod to another game that we love and we all know growing up, which is Monopoly. So instead of going to jail, you're going to bed in this little corner. And then to go to the second floor, you can go up the stairs here, and this will take you to the most playful space of the entire tiny house.
This came about because of Airbnb's OMG Fund competition. The prompt was that they wanted to award funds for 100 people around the world to build the craziest ideas. Just for the build, it was roughly around $190,000. And that includes the grant from Airbnb of $100,000.
Square footage wise, it probably is more than what you would pay for a regular home, but we think it's totally worth it. Like, it's something that's so unique. We love it, and it was just such a fun experience, also a process to go through, even though it took a pretty long time. But we don't regret it, and like we really enjoyed bringing this to life.
So this entire floor is dedicated to play, and it has basically all the games that we love and grew up with. So here, this is our board game shelf. It has tons of classics, niche games. We have this little cute Christmas ornament tree, but each ornament is game themed. So PlayStation, Tetris, dice little ornaments. And then here, this is our arcade machine, where it has tons of retro arcade games that you can play. And then we even have a little claw machine where you can win prizes, plushies, all the things that we loved in our childhood that reminds us of play. And then coming around to this corner, we just have a little seating area so you can grab a board game, hang out, drink coffee, play games. And then here is another kind of seating area. This is kind of where you would lounge around. And one of the cool elements that I liked about this space is that we have this foosball coffee table. So while you're seated here, you can play a friendly game of foosball. Lastly, this is our second bedroom loft. So another space where you can sleep, lounge around, and play games is up here. And so you can just climb up this ladder, and up here you have another cozy sleeping area, also with many games. So we have all these fun wall games that double as decor. So you have your checkers, chess, backgammon, tic-tac-toe. They're all magnetic pieces, so they double as real game boards and also fun art. And then up here, you have another spot where you can sleep, hang out. There's another window. And then the design here is also very fun, colorful, playful. We have cargo netting here, a bunch of really just cozy spots here. Now let's go outside and show you all the fun games and things we've incorporated into Paradise. So one of our favorite things to play is ping pong. So this is our outdoor ping pong table under a pergola with string lights to make it extra cozy at night. Large beanbag chairs so you could sit around, have great conversations with your friends while hanging out. We have tetherball in the back, so one of our favorite schoolyard games back when we were growing up, so we had to incorporate one here. And then here we have our little fire pit area where we roast s'mores. And we have these really fun, playful, colorful rocking chairs, so it's very fitting for the theme and for being in the South, you gotta have a rocking chair. And then on the lawn, we have tons of lawn games. So lawn bowling, bocce ball, cornhole. We have even more games stored away in the boxes. Basically every type of lawn game you can imagine here. And then if you make your way around to the backyard, we have even more games set up. So we have disc golf, darts, and this other fun little game that we kind of made up ourselves. It's called warp pipe pong. So it's basically Mario Pong. So we have these green buckets, which we spray painted ourselves, that kind of remind you of the Mario warp pipes. And then we have these balls. So you're basically just throwing balls into each other's buckets, try to knock them out.
Definitely, if you're doing something super unique, it probably almost surely won't go according to plan.
You will have setbacks, but it's important to, remember your vision, stay true to it, and just keep pushing. Don't give up, even if something takes longer than usual. And, at the end of the day, build something that's high quality, that you love. And even if it takes longer, stay optimistic, because once your vision comes to life, there's no greater feeling. Just every time we drive up to the tiny dice house, it still amazes me. I'm still in awe of this structure. We both still have our inner child in us. And so being able to help unleash that inner child for others whenever they stay here is also pretty cool.
If you like this week's episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check back soon because we have new unique home tours publishing all the time. And if you'd like to join our team and get access to members-only content and unique perks, make sure you click on the join button below.